Olivier Guita is a French security expert and managing director at Globe Strat. Thank you for joining us. And I just wonder, what's your reaction to events in Nice?
Unfortunately, not surprised at all. This is something that we had expected. Nothing happened during the Euro 2016, thankfully. But Bastille Day was really a target. Terrorists and jihadists in general try to hit on symbolical days or symbolical targets. So that's one of the things. Also, we got intel information just a few months back that Islamic State would try to target the south of France and Italy and Spain resorts over the summer tourist period. And unfortunately, that's why Nice was targeted rather than Paris at the height of the tourist season, and also representing the jewel of the French Riviera. So unfortunately, even the modus operandi was not a surprise, because for the past 2 years, Islamic State has been calling for their followers in the West to attack and use what they call infidels, and use cars to ram and try to kill the most people they can.
So given what you've said, was there a heightened state of security then in the south, and particularly for Bastille Day?
A couple of things. I mean, you had, police patrolling, the army patrolling. Obviously, the question mark really that I have at this point is how come there was no blocked road to check and leave this truck to go into La Promenade des Anglais when people were coming out of basically the firework display on the beach. That's something that possibly should not have happened. Other than that, having said that, a soft target, a very unsophisticated attack like happened yesterday, is almost impossible to stop.
And there has been France has been in a state of emergency, and we had the president extending that. What has that meant in reality for people living in France?
Not much, really. I mean, most of the measures that were taken by the French state were to facilitate the work of the police that was hampered before the state of emergency. For instance, the police was not allowed to enter flats between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. So if they wanted to arrest a terrorist, they had to wait for 6 a.m. and the terrorists would laugh at the stupidity of that law. And so, for instance, this law was repealed by the state of emergency. So those were the kind of measures that are not being felt dramatically by the French population, but that is helping the law enforcement agencies.
Given that this was, as you said, a soft target, this attacker may have been acting alone. Do you think we need a different attitude? And this is not just French, but throughout Europe, a different attitude in dealing with terrorist groups. Should there be, do you think, more negotiation? Is that the only way that we will get the kind of information we need to combat terrorism?
Negotiation is not the way to go. Infiltrating them is the way to go. I mean, that's used to be the motto and the forte of the French services until 2008, where they had a lot of informers within the terror cells within Al-Qaeda that were basically helping them prevent atrocities like we've seen yesterday. But I don't think at all negotiation. Anyway, you cannot negotiate with those people. They're bent on death as much as we're bent on life. So.